Hey, how you doing? This is Remy from the Public House. The quick word about seasonal beers. Half the fun of the changing seasons are the changing beers that kind of come along with them. You've got everything from fall beers to winter beers, spring harvest beers, and summer beers are also there. What we're going to talk today about is fall beers. You've got kind of two main camps as far as the fall beers goes: Oktoberfests and pumpkin ales. There's a whole huge array of beers within these two categories. Oktoberfest is a celebration in Munich, Germany. It's usually like the last 2 weeks of September, and it kind of spills over into October, hence the name. But it's a harvest celebration, and that's clearly, now in these days and age, we can get any kind of food we want any time of the year. We forget the fact that up until that point, you could only eat something if it was in season at that time of year. And a big part of that is the whole harvest celebration. And people don't celebrate without beer, so it was always a big part of the harvest to drink a lot. And Oktoberfest, actually, interestingly enough, they start to get brewed in March. They're called Marzen beers. The most popular kind of style for an Oktoberfest is a Vienna lager. It's a lager, but tends to be kind of amber in color, not so much light, and almost a lot sweeter than usual lagers tend to be. So it's light, it's easy to drink, but it's still full-bodied. And it would be brewed in March, and it's slow fermented, and it's ready right about the time of end of September. So after the harvest is reaped, people would just come party for 2 weeks and drink this beer. The style, though it originated in Germany, has now become huge worldwide, and there are a variety of breweries that make it all over the world. The U.S. has a huge market for it, and there are a lot of breweries here that do it themselves. This guy is Einger Oktoberfest, so this is German. This is kind of old school here. This is also Weihenstephaner Fest beer. That's also a German beer. They make a great Hefeweizen as well. But this guy is from Victory Brewing. They're in Pennsylvania. They do a great version of the style, and it's kind of cool to see the whole transition, the whole cultural history, how something maybe originated in some little tiny niche of the world, and then through travel and through trade, a tiny little cultural icon became this huge worldwide phenomenon. So now you've got Pennsylvania breweries making beer that used to only be made in small, tiny German villages, which I think that's kind of awesome. And what would be complete without fall, without pumpkins? So pumpkin beer is also a huge thing. That's relatively newer. It's not really a traditional style. It's something that brewers have been experimenting with the past maybe 30 years or so. But also subject to seasonal varieties. A lot of breweries actually have their own pumpkin patches in local farms. There's Cambridge Brewery in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They have a whole farm dedicated to them, and they grow their own pumpkins, and all those pumpkins go directly into their beer. But the right way to do that is to take real pumpkins, just grind them up, and you mix them in the mash tun, and you've got a sweet, often spiced, lots of heavily clove and cinnamon, nutmeg in there too, and it's just a great way to kind of celebrate the seasonal changes with the changes of beers. So, like I said, something that maybe started a long time ago, somewhere far away, but now has become a global phenomenon and something that you'll see at your local bar.